All right, good morning. It's Sunday night. It's time for some trivia. Welcome to Trivia with 5280. I'm your host, Tony Frangella from 5280 Adventures. We're live every Sunday evening on YouTube and Facebook with Trivia with 5280. Trivia with 5280 is a 10-round quiz show with questions from 4 topics of emphasis: metal detecting, treasure hunting, U.S. history, and numismatics. For those of you that are out there watching this episode, whether you're live or on the replay, if you have a trivia-related question and wish to submit it, send it over to our crew at triviawith5280@gmail.com with the subject line, viewer trivia question. If your submission makes it on the show, you'll get to see your name posted on the question, and then you get to brag about it to all your friends. Now, all the participants on the show tonight have been asked to not watch or interact with the live chat, but those watching live with us tonight are encouraged to play along and answer the questions. But if you're playing along at home, just FYI, your scores will not count towards crowning a winner here today. Let's have some fun and let's see who knows their trivia. We've got 2 returning champions from previous episodes, as well as everybody has been on this show before, so this is going to be a good one. We do have some housekeeping to do before we start the show. Up through 4 weeks of trivia, our guests have scored an average of 6.25 out of 10 questions correctly. During those 4 weeks, we've had 2 overtime wins and 2 regular wins. So what does that mean for tonight? Well, who the hell knows, to be honest with you. And with that, we're on to trivia.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention?
This is it, folks. This is what it's all about. One game. This is for all the marbles.
If you ain't first, you're last.
Have a nice day. You suck, you jackass.
All right, guys. We've got a couple people joining us tonight. We've got DK from Adventures in Dirt. That is not, you already got the first answer wrong. It's not Hi Mom.
Darn it.
Garrett Seuser from Down South Detecting. We've got Cindy, previously seen on Stealth Diggers and Trivia and 5280 and
around the club.
Yeah, all the way around. And we're going to have Michael Vogt joining us here pretty soon. So let's see. You guys have all been on the show before. You guys know the drill.
Yep.
And
we do.
we're gonna jump right into the questions here.
Michael's gonna have to answer twice to catch up.
Right.
He is. He
And the
absolutely
answer is C.
Yes. I kind of hinted to Cindy that.
The answer is C.
Yes.
Wait a minute. I only screwed up one of those questions one time.
We all have it preloaded.
The answer is not C. All right, guys, let's get started. Question number 1. Here we go. What is the purpose of the ground balance setting on a metal detector? Is it A, to increase the sensitivity? Is it B, to cancel out ground interference from minerals? Is it C, to make it easier to locate deep targets? Or is it D, to increase battery life? Well, that's way too loud.
There's 2 good answers, but
what is the purpose to ground balance? If you guys are listening, please throw your answers in the chat. We'll see who's the smartest one watching us live. Increase sensitivity, cancel out ground interference from minerals, make it easier to locate deep targets, or to increase battery life. Everybody got a guess?
Sure.
Yep.
Sure. All right, let's see what you got. Hold up your answers. DK says B. Garrett says B. Cindy says B. The correct answer is B, to cancel out ground interference from minerals. Here's a fun little fact about ground balancing. Ground balancing a metal detector is the process of adjusting a detector's settings to compensate for mineralization in the soil, which can cause interference and false signals. By achieving proper ground balance, the detector can better differentiate between valuable targets and environmental noise, improving accuracy and depth. All right, let's see who got it right here. 505 Adventures, first in with the letter B.
Good job. Good job. How'd everyone do?
505. Well, Copper Joe got it. Mandy got it. Thin Blue Digger got Digger Duo. People, everybody got it. That must have been an easy one. Let's make it a little bit harder.
Uh-oh.
I can't let you guys get them all right. We're averaging 6.25, remember?
What gauge of copper wire does Garrett use to wrap around their sniper coil?
Ooh. Let me write that down. All right. Question number 2.
How many wraps are there?
How many times did they go around it? All right. Question number 2. Here we
more
go.
on Relics Radio. I'm sure we could have asked him. He probably would have been able to tell us.
Do you think he knows?
No. He says he's not an engineer.
I know he's not an engineer. He doesn't know that kind of stuff. Who knows that kind of stuff? Garrett does.
I do not. I'm not. I'm a history teacher, not a math teacher.
All right.
Hey, hi, Beth.
I'm a doctor. Yes, 505 Adventures. Beth is in the house.
Hello.
All right.
Beth.
Question number 2. The cave of the giant's footprint is believed to hold treasure in which state? Is it A, New Mexico, B, Utah, C, Arizona, or D, Nevada? Has anybody heard about the cave of the giant's footprint?
I have not.
It's real, man. Those footprints lead somewhere.
The cave of the giant's footprint is believed to hold treasure in which state? New Mexico, Utah, Arizona, or Nevada?
Oh, man. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
Yeah, right.
This is a question about treasure hunting.
I think it's
In
about
fact,
geology.
But I'm not a math teacher. I can't answer it. So that's a joke. All right, you guys got your best guess?
Yes.
Let's see what we got here. All right, hold up your answers.
I went
DK
with
says
that answer.
C, Arizona. Garrett says C, Arizona. Cindy says B, Utah. The correct answer is B, Utah.
Oh, good job, Cindy.
Knew it.
All right, Cindy. The
That's a
cave of the
guess.
giant's footprint
Cindy,
is...
you went this? Go ahead. Sorry. Try.
No, you're good. You're good. We're going to learn about it right here. The cave of the giant's footprint is a mysterious location in Utah, rumored to conceal ancient treasures hidden by the Native American tribes and early explorers. The cave's name comes from a series of large, unusual footprints found within, sparking legends of lost riches and mythical creatures tied to the location.
Interesting.
Yeah, check it out.
Is it in the
I had to look-
Uinta Mountains?
I don't know exactly where in Utah it is, but I did not know that before I generated the question. So
I'm Googling.
So
it now.
we all learned. Are you? You're going to verify the answer? Nobody got it right in the chat. Everybody else said C, Arizona.
Ooh.
So you guys were not far off.
I just did the geology thing. Where are their caves?
Right. Exactly. Ken, did you find the mountain?
Yeah, not the mountain. No, it just says in Utah.
No, mountain in Utah. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, we still have a perfect game going after 2 questions. Let's see if we can change it right here.
What do you mean a perfect?
Cindy's
game?
got 2. We got 1. Cindy's
got
got
a-
a lead. We
Did
got
you get
that
the first-
wrong. Yeah, she got the first one right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got
I'm
2.
good.
I'm 2
Yeah.
for 2.
I'm keeping-
Right.
She is. Yeah, she's
Perfect
100%.
game going. All right. Well, let's see if I can change it right here.
Yeah,
See
I
if I
think
can
it's
stump you guys.
Here we go.
No, this will be a good one. This is numismatics. So
Ooh.
let's check out question number 3. Question number 3. What was the first coin ever minted for circulation in the United States? Was it A, the half dollar, B, the silver dollar, C, the Fujio cent, or D, the large cent? First coin ever minted for circulation in the United States. I think everybody knew this quickly, huh?
No, I didn't know.
Unless it's a trick question.
Yeah, it might be a
I'm trying to stump you guys. Half dollar, silver dollar, Fujio, or largie? First one ever minted for
minted.
circulations. Correct. Coins they come from a mint.
Oh, that's okay. I think I did a video on this and I still can't remember 100%.
Really? All right.
Getting old, man.
Mm,
You got your best guess?
Best guess.
I changed my answer.
Yeah.
Oh. All right. $50, silver dollar, Fujio, large cent. 5 seconds, please.
Changing mine.
Start the clock.
Okay, change mine.
You're on a pitch count now. All right.
Oh,
All
wait,
right.
I'll change it back.
All right. I tell you one thing. It is not this.
It's not grandma's book.
All right. All right. Show your answers. What do we have? Ken says
Oh,
B,
we're all,
silver
look at-
dollar.
we're all over the board.
Garrett says C, Fujio. And
I should-
Cindy says D, largy.
I should have listened to Garrett.
I had C.
correct.
first.
I
changed it
said
to
C,
D.
unless that's wrong.
The correct answer is C, the Fujio.
All
Oh, I
right.
changed it.
Damn it, I
Garrett, you
changed
told
it.
me C.
I did.
All right, quick fact about the Fujio. The Fujio cent, minted in 1787, is considered the first official coin of the United States, designed by Benjamin Franklin with the motto, mind your business, and featuring a sundial on its obverse.
And you
Although
have
it
us found him? Oh, sorry. Tim, go ahead.
Although it was issued during the Articles of Confederation era, its limited circulation and design made it short-lived coin, overshadowed by later minting efforts under the Constitution. Ken, what was your question?
I said, has anybody on the panel found one?
I've never found one.
Anybody in the chat?
It's a good question. Let's see who had it right in the chat. First was Tim Ill Digger. He said C. Copper Joe said C. Thin Blue Digger said C. Mandy said C. 505 said C. P-Man Artifacts. Metal Detecting on the Spectrum. Here you go. Tim says it's also called the chain cent.
No,
there you
No, that's a different coin.
no, sorry.
Is it?
hmm
What's the coin?
is
What's the
A large
change?
cent's the chain cent.
Yeah, the first large cent was the chain cent. The
Ah.
Fujio was the first coin minted for U.S. circulation.
Wait a minute now. I just did a video on this.
I thought it was a trick question because I was like, well, that's a stick out sore thumb answer.
Yeah,
But-
when you said mint, you threw me off. So
I gotta watch my own video now, darn it.
Go back and watch your video.
I
All
think
right.
Well,
Well,
found a silver dollar or some type, and he's like, "This is the first one ever minted." Maybe it's the first silver dollar ever minted. is
that
what
could be
I
it.
found. Yeah,
Could be it. Yeah, the first coin minted was the Fujio.
gotcha.
the first
right.
large cents were 1793.
And the Fujio was 1787. So there you go.
Gotcha.
All right. We've got a history question.
On the spot.
Yeah, this one's going to really put you on the spot.
Garrett,
We'll
don't
see
you
how
go to the
well you
bathroom
know
or
the
something?
history.
Not yet.
Get in the group chat. Text us the answer here. All right. Question number 4. Topic is history. Here we go. The Anaconda Plan was a strategy by the Union to defeat the Confederacy. Which of the following was a key part of this plan? A. Defeating the Confederate Army at all costs. Blocking Confederate ports and controlling the Mississippi River. C. Conducting raids on Southern railroads. Or D. Establishing a defensive line in the South. Garrett knew that one quick.
I did.
Dang it. I got to do better on my history if I'm trying to stump him. The Anaconda Plan. Cindy, have you ever heard of the Anaconda Plan?
No.
Aw.
Well, we're going to learn something because I learned something about this too. I did not know about this one. Defeating Confederate Army at all costs, controlling Mississippi, raids on Southern railroads, or a defensive line in the South. You guys got your answers?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Show your answers. What do we have here? Ken
Yeah.
says B. Garrett says B. Cindy says B. Sorry to tell you guys. The answer is B.
All right.
Congratulations. Blockading
Yay.
Confederate ports and controlling the Mississippi River. So I did not know this, so this is pretty interesting. The Anaconda Plan was a Union strategy proposed by General Winfield Scott. designed to suffocate the Confederate economy by blocking southern ports and gaining control of the Mississippi River. While initially criticized for its slow approach, the plan ultimately became the backbone of the Union strategy, contributing significantly to the South's isolation and eventual defeat.
It's always
All right, let's
go ahead.
No.
Oh no, I was gonna say it's always interesting about that part because New Orleans fell in 1862, and that was the highest populated city in all of the Confederacy. And literally what happened is a bunch of gunboats sailed down the Mississippi and right up the entrance of the Mississippi in Louisiana. And basically the citizens in New Orleans just woke up one morning and they were like, what the heck? The Union had totally cut them off. And it was basically surrender or New Orleans will no longer exist.
Wow.
So, yeah, it's always pretty interesting. And so with the Confederacy cut in half right at the beginning, they were already behind the eight ball. Yeah, the logistics was impossible.
And this is why we have a history teacher on the show.
Yeah.
We got it. Yeah.
All right, what are the scores? What do we have here?
We have a good running game. I'll tell you what. Cindy has 3, Ken has 2, and Garrett has 3.
Oh,
so
Cindy
I'm bringing up the rear, and Garrett and Cindy are tied at this point.
It's still close.
Awesome.
It's anybody.
Anybody's game. This is a metal detecting question, so you guys all have fair to get this right here. All right, question number 5. What is the primary advantage of using a pulse induction or PI detector for advanced metal detecting? Is it A, more sensitive to small objects? Is it B, less affected by ground materials? Is it C, it can detect gold at deeper depths? Or is it D, is it lighter than VLF detectors? This one's got a study here.
I feel like this is a trick, not a trick.
I want the best answer here. What's the primary advantage of using a PI detector? Is it more sensitive to small objects? Is it less affected by ground materials? Can it detect gold at deeper depths? Or is it lighter than a VLF detector? Throw your answers up in the chat, guys. Those watching live, please answer. More sensitive, less affected by ground materials, detect
Minerals
gold
even.
at deeper depths. Is it lighter than a VLF? You guys got your answers?
I have a guess.
Your best guesses?
Best guess.
All right, let's do this. All right, hold up your answers. Ken says B, less affected by ground materials. Garrett says A, more sensitive to small objects. Cindy says B, less affected by ground materials. Now, there's some good answers in there, but the primary advantage is B, less affected by ground materials. It definitely is sensitive to smaller objects, but primary advantage, it would be the ground materials. So
it's definitely not D. I'll tell you that.
It is. I was going to say that.
Right.
We could throw D out right away. It is not lighter than a VLF.
Oh yeah, D was the instant toss.
The pulse induction or PI metal detector operates by sending short pulses of current into the ground and measuring the time it takes for the pulses to return, allowing it to detect deep targets with high sensitivity. PI detectors are especially effective in highly mineralized soils and on saltwater beaches, as they are less affected by ground conditions than traditional VLF detectors, but they may provide less discrimination between different types of metals. That one was pretty tough. That one was tough.
That was a tough one. I've never actually swung a VLF detector.
You mean a PI?
That's what I meant to say, PI, yeah.
Yeah.
I was just thinking VLF.
Cindy, have you swung a PI?
Maybe. I don't know.
Was it heavy?
Jeff Lupert let me use one to go in the ocean.
Okay.
I don't know what it was. I think it was a VLF.
A PI would not have a VDI on it.
Was it his Excalibur?
No.
Probably no.
It was an older version. Whites.
Copper
Mostly
Joe got that
yellow.
first. Piedmont
Good
Artifacts.
job, Copper Joe. Good job.
P Digger BDA. I don't know what that is. P Digger BDA. Gigmaster said B.
What's up, Gigmaster?
Yeah, thanks for
We
coming
get him
on
on this show sometime.
Oh yeah, that would be great. I'll have to reach out to the Gigmaster. All right, we got a good show going on here tonight, guys.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Right now, Cindy just pulled ahead with that last answer.
Ooh.
She's got 4. Garrett and I both have 3.
4 out of 5 and 3 out of 5. All right, it's close. We're moving on to a history question.
Uh-oh, here we go.
Everyone's eligible to answer this question except for Garrett.
All right, question number 6. Topic is history. Here we go. Which Confederate officer is sometimes associated with the responsibility of guarding or transporting the lost treasure of the Confederate Army? Was it A, General Nathan Bedford Forrest, B, General Ulysses S. Grant, C, General Robert E. Lee, or D, General John Bell Hood? The lost treasure of the Confederate Army. One of the generals was responsible for guarding or transporting this. Was it General Forrest, General Grant, General Lee, not the car, the actual general, or General Hood? Garrett seems on the fence about that. I think we might get him on this one.
You might. I have 2 possible answers. I know 2 it's not, and 2 it could be.
There you go.
Oh.
Lost treasure of the Confederate Army. This is another good topic that I had to read up on and learn a little bit about. So this is a good question to learn from here, guys.
Well, here I go changing my answer again. And then,
that didn't work out for you last time.
It didn't. Probably won't again.
Cindy, are you good?
Sure.
Sure.
Sure. I was going to text Garrett, but it's
right. I know, right? Oh.
All right, guys. Show your answers. Garrett says D, General Hood. Cindy says D, General Hood. DK says D, General Hood. The correct answer from Google is A, General Nathan.
That's what I had.
That was my other choice.
That was my other choice also. I didn't think he was in charge of that one.
That's what I said right away. It was my gut, man. I changed it.
Little fun fact about Nathan Bedford Forrest. He was a Confederate general during the American Civil War, known for his bold and innovative cavalry tactics, which earned him a reputation as one of the war's most skilled commanders. After the war, he became involved in post-war Southern politics and was a founding member of the Ku Klux Klan, a role that has heavily influenced his controversial legacy.
Wow.
Yeah.
So let's see who got Forrest.
Let's see. I knew he was part of Reconstruction South, but not to that extent.
Yes. Tim says A with a question mark. Does it count if you answer with a question?
Sure.
He's right, yeah.
Sure. And that was it. That was a stumper right there.
That was a good question.
Yeah. Good.
Finally.
Scores remain the same. All 3 of us got that wrong, right?
Yeah, we all selected the same answer.
All right, we've got a good numismatic question here. Another one that I learned a lot prepping for this week. This is another one that I learned about. So that's not what I wanted. Let's go to question number 7. Here we go. The 1792 half dism, it's pronounced D-I-S-M, dism, is considered one of the first U.S. coins to be minted. How many were produced in total? Is it A, 500, B, 1,500, C, 5,000, or D, 10,000? If you know this off the top of your head, you're a genius. I'll tell you that, because
I had a guess.
This is a deep, deep question I had to dig for. The half-dism from 1792. How many were produced in total? 500, 1,500, 5,000, or 10,000? And anybody listening out there, has anybody found one of these? I would love to know that.
I found one time, except it didn't have those numbers, and it didn't have an S.
You found a dime.
I found a half dime.
Oh, half time.
Yeah, wasn't that year.
No, he found it, but he put it in his pouch. He thought it was a penny.
Oh my god!
But bump.
All right,
kick a brother when he's down, man.
Kick a brother when he's down.
Yeah.
You guys have your best guess on out there?
Yeah.
Sure.
All right, let's do this. All right, show your answers.
I'm going with that.
DK says C 5,000. Garrett says C 5,000. Cindy says B 1,500. The correct answer is B 1,500.
Oh, I changed my answer too.
Oh,
you guys got to stop changing your answers.
I know.
So here's a fun fact, and this is going to blow your mind. All right, the 1792 half-dism is one of the earliest coins minted by the U.S. government, and its production was ordered by President George Washington, though it was never officially authorized by Congress. Only about 1,500 of these silver coins were struck, and many of them were likely distributed as part of the country's first efforts to establish a national coinage system. Here's the part that's going to blow your mind. It is believed that some of the silver used to make the 1792 half-dism came from silver provided by George Washington himself. Washington, wanting to help establish the new nation's currency, reportedly donated silverware from his personal collection to the U.S. Mint for use in minting the first coins, including the half-dism.
Can I show you something?
So awesome
I wrote down B instantly and then went, maybe not.
Can
Ken,
I show
what
you
you got?
something? I'm going to share my screen. Am I allowed to? Look at this.
Am I allowed to?
Yeah, they're expensive.
Holy
$550,000 for this 1792 half-dism.
Wow.
Thing. You see the other side of it.
Hate
That's
it.
the reverse.
Side.
Oh, nice.
It's got the funky chicken on the back.
It's doing the. It's doing this. Doing the.
It's the Pee-wee, yeah.
Yeah.
Walk like an Egyptian.
Yeah, walk like an Egyptian.
Look at that thing, man. Shoot.
I did not know about that coin, and I thought that fact about George Washington was very, very interesting.
Yeah, that's
That'd
pretty
be cool to find one.
Oh my gosh, could you imagine?
You wouldn't know what you
Even
had.
just knowing that
Like, this is an
Washington.
error
You
coin.
wouldn't.
They spelled
Right.
dime wrong.
I'd be
Yeah,
on
right.
I'd be on ID me in a second. Anybody identify this?
They're like,
Tim
oh, that's a
from-
fake coin. You're gonna send it to me in the mail.
A counterfeit, yeah. Ill Digger said B, and then he also said he found one. He
Oh,
found it in
wow.
the red book.
Oh,
Golly.
it's a heart attack.
Nice.
Man, good job, Cindy. You're pulling ahead tonight.
Totally
Cindy's
pulling
doing
ahead.
well.
Oh,
I think it
yeah.
might be
I'm good on
Cindy's
multiple
night.
choice.
And Garrett,
Yeah,
Garrett
I wish
and I
it
are just
wasn't.
gonna,
If it was multiple choice, I might be doing a little closer.
Garrett and I are gonna just start drinking now because it's
Yeah,
just,
right. It's over
Cindy's
now.
pulling away.
I made sure to make these multiple choice because these are a little bit more difficult ones tonight.
That was
Because
good.
I,
That was
you
good.
guys,
Good question.
you guys are returning champions, returning contestants. So this is not,
I'm not a
anything
champion,
new
so
to you.
it's my turn
Not
to
yet.
try for it at least.
Man,
You know
I
what? You
gotta
want to go back a
get
question? You want to hear something funny?
Yeah.
You asked the question about the gold. I was looking through all the names. Nathan Bedford Forrest. Like I was like, is that really a general? Like it? Like is that? I think I've heard that before. But then I
Right.
started fooling myself, and I started thinking, is that the name of the general from that movie Glory? I think that was the name of the general from that movie Glory, about the Black Regiment. Remember that? Did you ever see that movie?
Oh,
Yeah. Well,
With,
he
what's
would
his bucket?
execute black soldiers. He was
Yeah. So
vehemently a racist.
it was
Yeah.
really stupid that I actually thought that actually.
the first time I had ever
yeah.
heard that name, General Nathan Bedford Forrest, was in the movie Forrest Gump because he says that he was named after his long lost
Ah.
grandfather, Nathan Bedford Forrest.
Oh. But that's what
But I didn't know much about
from
him.
A to D. I thought, oh, Tony's because you're always a pop, like a movie quote guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was like, he pulled that from that movie. It couldn't be A. I had to change it from A to D, and I never regretted it. Darn it.
All right, we're moving on to question number 8. This is in the area of metal detecting. All right, here we go. Question number 8. What is notching on a metal detector? Is it A, adjusting the sensitivity, B, discriminating out specific types of metals, C, enhancing the depth range, or D, adjusting the ground balance?
I'm not changing my answer now.
You guys are detectorists. You know this. This is probably the fastest anybody's answered this questions. You guys knew that one right away, huh? Too easy. Making it too easy.
I don't think I've ever done it.
Really?
I don't think I've ever not.
You ever notch out iron?
I've never. Well, one time I think I did. I think I had this crazy program that had it notched all the way up to like 55 or something like that on the Legend, or 42.
Oh, wow.
Or something. It was notched way up there, but it just crushed everything down to where it was like
only good targets.
Yeah, it didn't.
Only zinc pennies.
It squashed the
Only
signal.
times.
All right, guys, show your answers. What is notching on a metal detector? Garrett said B. DK says B. Cindy says B.
All right.
A lot of people in the chat say B. The answer is B, discriminating out specific types of metals. Notching on a metal detector allows users to selectively ignore certain target categories or metal types by setting a filter to exclude specific ranges of conductivity. This feature helps focus on desired targets, such as coins or jewelry, while avoiding common trash items like foil or nails, improving efficiency during a search. So I think the key term was discriminating, because that's what we call it. We're discriminating out, pull tabs, or discriminating out those kind of different things. But the term I think that people use as notching. So
who isn't discriminating out things?
Gypsy.
Because she's
zero discrimination.
Oh, you I did there.
And
Shout
I
out
never.
to Gypsy.
I remember when I first started detecting, I had my AT Pro, and I
Yep.
didn't own an Indian head penny, but I thought Indian head pennies are made of the same types of materials as like modern pennies. This is when I didn't know anything about all that stuff. So I remember like a penny came up like a 79.80, and I was like, oh yeah. So I would run discrimination thinking that like there's no way if it's not this, it can't come up different numbers. Like it's always going to be accurate. I was such a noob. And I remember the first time I'm like 6-8 months in there. I've been to a lot of old spots, and then I finally like swung an Indian head penny over it, saw it was like a 70-71, and I was like, oh my God, I wonder how many of these I was walking over. That's when I started going zero discrimination forever.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I think when
never
you're
discriminate out foil, because you can find one of these.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I think when a lot of people start out, they discriminate out, the iron or, certain pull tabs, the foil type stuff. Because I think they're learning about what a good target does sound like. But I would absolutely say, I would absolutely say if you are a seasoned detectorist, you're running it wide open.
Mm-hmm.
You want to hear everything because of that reason, Garrett. I mean, iron masks, different targets. It masks that Indian head penny and gives you a lower. It's going to get come up to 64, or something like that, instead of what the numbers are for a true Indian head, that not being covered by a square nail or something. So
I'm going to ask the question of the panel and also of the people in the chat.
All right.
A or B? Okay. You're advising a brand new beginner who's thinking of getting into the hobby. You advise them about discrimination. You advise them, A, don't discriminate anything, dig it all and learn your machine. Dig every single thing, and then you'll just, over time, you'll learn what things sound like and what numbers mean and blah, blah, blah. B, discriminate out all the crap so that you can find some good things and sink your teeth into this hobby and let it hook you. Because if you don't, you're going to dig so much trash in that first 2 months, you're going to throw the machine away and you're not going to hang into the hobby. So now there's a popular there's a more popular probably answer to that than the other one. One's more popular than the other one, but I just want to see what people in the chat think and what the panel thinks.
A.
Yeah, I'm with
A.
I'm with Cindy there.
Because then they'll get discouraged and there'll be more for us.
Oh,
Just kidding.
no.
I'm kidding. Both answers are good because obviously you want to find something to keep going, keep that dopamine rush coming back. But the smart answer would be to run it wide open so you can learn. The whole point is to learn.
But in the beginning, everything gives you a dopamine rush because the first nail you find, you're like, wow, I found a nail.
That's very true.
Oh, look at this little thing I found. And oh, this is a little jewelry thing. And your first ring you find, you're like, wow, a ring.
Oh, my first wheat penny, I felt like I found Noah's Lost Ark. I'm serious.
Same.
I was in this front yard, like flipping out over a 1954 wheat penny, thinking I found it all.
But it inspired you, and now look at where you're at.
That's very true. Good point. Very
so
good.
there's a place for those kind of things.
The more you dig, the more spoiled you get. I think it's hard. But before you were talking about good targets, how to hear a good target or not. But some of the best things I've done weren't good targets. They were really crappy signals, and I was just kind of in a good spot, so digging everything I could, or actually looking for gold. So I was digging all kinds of little pieces of trash and stuff, and you know, so some of my best things were just trashy targets.
What I tell beginners is run it wide open, but I think going to more of a controlled environment, like at a tot lot, you're going to have a little bit of trash there. It's not going to be overpowering, and you're going to find coins. So you're going to kind of learn what a pencil top sounds like, what foil sounds like, those kind of different things. You are going to dig some trash, but you're going to be rewarded by getting some of those coins and start to learn what the good signals do sound like before I send somebody into either iron infested or a trashy park, or because they're just going to be completely lost. I agree. Run it wide open, but I think, you don't want to, I don't think you need to drink from a fire hose.
Right.
And it is kind of nice at a park too, to learn how it is going up next to equipment. So you can understand what the bigger targets are and how soon how
your machine reacts
to it, and
exactly
what it sounds like on an overload. And
that's a good question, Ken. That's on episode 6 of Trivia with 52A.
That's it.
Good question. They like that in the chat as well. And pretty much everybody in the chat said run it wide open, learn it all, dig it all, and definitely learn what that machine's telling you. So good question, Ken. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. Where are we at numbers wise, guys?
Cindy, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ken has 1, 2, 3, 4. Garrett has 1, 2, 3, 4. So Cindy's got a 2-point lead.
Going into the last two.
Yeah, we've got 2 more questions.
Ooh.
So we have a 3-way tie if just Cindy tanks the next
bombs.
2.
I could tank pretty easy.
I can remove her from the live stream.
Yeah, the answer is C.
Mute her speakers and block her view. Right.
All right, guys. Question number 9. This is a treasure hunting question. The Lost Dutchman's gold mine is often thought to be located near which Arizona landmark? Is it A, the Grand Canyon, B, Monument Valley, C, Superstition Mountains, or D, the Painted Desert? Lost Dutchman's gold mine. Grand Canyon, Monument Valley, Superstition Mountains, or Painted Desert? I think everybody answered pretty quickly on that one, huh? Let's wait for the chat to catch up.
How's the chat doing?
Chat's doing pretty well, actually.
That's good.
Yeah. I think hopefully 505 Adventures knows this one. She's out in Arizona. So let's see.
I'm not going to change my answer. Just
stick with your answer. Hold.
I almost changed it, so I hope I'm right.
All right, show your answers, guys.
Oh boy. Oh,
Garrett said C, Superstition Mountains. DK says C, Superstition Mountains. Cindy says C, Superstition Mountains. The answer is C, Superstition Mountains.
Oh. Ooh.
The Lost Dutchman's gold mine is rumored to be guarded by a supernatural curse, with some theories suggesting that it was hidden by a group of Apache warriors to protect its riches from outsiders. Over the years, explorers have uncovered strange symbols and evidence of ancient maps, but the mine's true location is still shrouded in mystery and local folklore.
I know where it's at, but I'm not going to say much.
Having a few people died looking for that too.
I'm sure.
All kinds of stuff.
There's a lot of cactus down there.
Speaking of, there's a new treasure hunt out similar to Forrest Fenn.
Really?
Yeah. We're gonna have the creator on Relics Radio pretty soon.
Oh,
yep.
Cool. That's nice.
That's gonna be cool.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a great interview. Can't wait for that one.
Instead of one treasure chest, there's actually 5 spread across the United States, totaling $2 million. So
holy shnikes.
It's John Collins Black.
That's the guy.
And it's called There's Treasure Inside.
That's it. He wrote a book. You got to buy the book, of course. Got to buy the book.
Huh.
I did buy the book, and I'm almost ready to go get the treasure. One of them.
Sweet. He's like a crypto billionaire that just like found himself in a good spot, and he used to look for the Forrest Fenn treasure. So he's like, you know what? I'm going to create this treasure.
That's awesome.
He's brilliant.
That's so cool.
By the way,
so cool.
Yeah,
I can't wait. I can't wait to do the interview, and I can't wait to start looking at the clues.
Yep, people are on it, man. All the people that were hunting for Forrest Fenn, they're all like clamoring after these. So,
well, DK, are you ready to go get it?
Well, if one happens to be in Kansas or Nebraska, I probably could narrow it down.
Yeah,
there you go. We've got Colorado covered, so
yeah, there you go.
5-inch little box. We can find it somewhere here.
Sure can.
Right.
We have the willpower, the mindset, and the technology.
I am a tenacious treasure tracker champion.
Ooh, yes, there you go. Yes, you are.
I will never forget that.
Sure. Nope.
Cindy
really got me motivated.
Oh, it frustrates the hell out of me every time.
Yeah.
There
for a while,
we
did like Cindy there for a while. I tell you that.
The listening audience has no idea what we're talking about, but there was a guy in our club who used to put on this monthly treasure hunt where he would go bury this token.
It's more like 6 months.
Then he would sort of release clues week by week, and they eventually would lead you to some kind of park eventually once you solved the riddles. And then once you got to this part, he'd start releasing these photo clues that would just show his like hand digger on a rock pointing in a certain direction. And he'd have to kind of find this rock, by the picture, the look of it and everything. I found it. And then like find the direction and figure that out. And then there would be a second picture of his hand digger pointing in a different direction on like a post. And you're like, that rock points right to that post. And you get to the post and it goes, probably 9 or 10 or 12 clues deep.
Yeah.
And Tony and I'd be out there at like clue 6, like trying to find it and digging up a whole park. And then Cindy would come along like at clue 10 and just go out there and grab it. Every time.
I spent a lot of time gritting around and, finding the different clues, except for one of them. I went right up and there was 3 trees, and right in the center of there, I thought there's got to be, he probably hit it right in the center of these 3 trees. And we had some really dry weather, and the plug where he dug was a little dried out. And I go, oh, it's right here.
Not fair.
And I think I found that one like on the first day.
Tony, tell our quarter story.
Yeah, we were out searching for it, and we're gridding it off, going different directions, and all of a sudden, we're looking for this token, and we're going through this one area, and we are detecting and get a quarter signal, dig that up. Inch later, another quarter signal, dig that up. Ken and I, we dug up how much face value?
Like $11.50 in quarters.
Oh my gosh!
They were all like 4 inch by 4 inch or 8 by 8 or something in this big grid, and it was right in line to where the digger was pointing. It was over by this cabana, and it was just like that's got to be it. Now this got to be it. No, this got to be it.
We figured he buried all the quarter and the token underneath all the quarters, something. No, nothing. And then we asked him about it. He's like, no, I didn't do that. We're like,
he swore up and down.
You guys
Warping
dug
that.
a treasure cache already? Oh,
Yes.
Somebody went out there and slit the ground and tucked quarters in. It was we thought it was another person on the trail of the treasure tracker. We actually thought it was Cindy for a while.
Nope.
Going out there throwing everyone off, like, oh, this will
Right.
slow them up. They got.
Yeah,
I
slow
was
'em down.
motivated because the prize was $100
$100 bill.
and also like a T-shirt and a trophy, and just to compete against my fellow friends.
Yeah, that was fun, man.
It was fun.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Brian.
That's right.
That was a fun.
Yeah, rest in peace,
thing.
Brian.
It was a fun thing.
Yeah, his souped up truck, he'd drive around the parks and he'd, see who was out there looking or whatever. And sometimes I'd hear his truck. I was like, he's looking out here to see who's out here in this park checking out.
He enjoyed it.
Truck.
Yeah.
He enjoyed throwing people off. Yeah.
It was fun. He did a really nice job with the great clues and stuff. It was very fun.
Yeah. Yep. All right, guys, we've got one more question left. Question number 10. This is
Come on, Garrett, we can do it.
I don't know if we can, Kim, but let's try.
We have a history question.
Oh, let's go out with a bang at least.
Listen to her bragging. I can rest on this question.
All right, I gotta go. Been nice. Thanks. We'll see you guys.
You can't leave me hanging, Ken.
Come on, let's go.
All right. History question number 10. Here we go. Which Confederate general famously led the South's military forces until a surrender at Appomattox Courthouse in 1865? Was it A, Robert E. Lee? You can't put it down yet, Garrett. Hold on. I haven't gone over the question.
It's okay. I already know the answer.
Robert E. Lee, B, Stonewall Jackson, C, James Longstreet, or D, Joseph Johnston? Throwing the bone out on this one.
You're like that progressive commercial, like, oh, you got $1. Almost got it.
I'm like, Bedford Forest isn't up there.
Which Confederate general famously led the South's military forces until his surrender at Appomattox Courthouse in 1865? We're letting the chat catch up. Contestants have already solved this. All right, let's do it. Show the correct answer. Garrett says A. DK says A.
Ooh.
Correct answer is A.
All right.
Robert E. Lee.
Cool.
Quick fact about Robert E. Lee. Before becoming a Confederate general, Robert E. Lee was a distinguished officer in the U.S. Army, where he served with honor in the Mexican-American War and as a superintendent of the U.S. Military Academy at West Point. Despite his role in the Confederacy, Lee initially sought to remain loyal to the Union, but chose to join the South after Virginia seceded, largely due to his loyalty to his home state. All right. What's the final call on the game tonight?
Cindy got 8 out of 10. Congratulations,
Wow.
Cindy.
Thanks.
Both Ken and Garrett got 6 out of 10. Good job. Good job.
Yay.
Good job,
guys.
Cindy.
Good job, Cindy.
Good job, guys. And we did not have to go into overtime tonight, which is good.
Yeah, that was cool, man.
Good job.
Good question.
Good job. Had some
questions on the Union instead of the Confederacy.
That's right. It was very Confederate heavy this week. We'll switch to the Union side next week.
What about the Spanish-American War or something?
Ooh,
What about?
Yeah. What about?
I'm a high school scholars bowl coach, and they always do War of 1812 questions to throw you off, but then it makes itself predictable. It's always War of 1812.
The answer is C.
I did have a question on the Treaty of Paris. So
we just lost your mic. Tony, can you hear me? Oh,
which Treaty of Paris? There's like 16 of them.
Popping on mine.
Can you hear me?
If you can hear me,
we can hear you.
We'll let Ken figure that out. Just want to say congratulations to Cindy. Great job.
Thank you.
Good job, Cindy.
For battling it out. Now, I want to point out previously, Garrett has won twice, I think. Ken's won once, and now you defeated both of them in the same show. Congratulations.
I know. I don't know how I did that.
Good job.
That was a good one.
Because an anaconda has to be a snake that would be in the water.
It was because the map of it showed an anaconda going down the Mississippi, through the Gulf of Mexico, around and through like the border states, and then it constricts the South altogether.
Okay.
That was
But
the
it's a
plan.
snake, right? And
Yep.
it's also
Yeah.
into the water, the Mississippi River,
Yep.
right?
It was both.
So
It wrapped itself all the way around.
okay, that's why I guessed that.
It was
Good
good.
to know. Again, I didn't know that. Very cool.
All right.
Cool.
I don't know if Ken's hopping back in.
He's coming. He's trying to get back in.
There he is.
There we go.
Tony and I were both trying to add me up to the stage.
I know. we do that on the podcast too. We battle back and forth on comments and camera angles and stuff, and
Right.
it's pretty funny.
And I hide the comment. He puts the comment up. I hide the comment. He puts the comment up. Pushing the same.
Hey, we congratulated Cindy. Great job,
Oh, yeah,
Cindy.
good
Now
job.
we'll just start into our little chit chat. But I really quick just want to point out Lance McElwain, new to the channel. Thanks for coming on, Lance. Appreciate it. Is it interactive chat with people watching, or is it just you four talking and we just watch? This is definitely interactive. The trivia itself, we ask questions. You guys can answer in the chat, of course. We see who's really intelligent out there, which is not me, which is why I'm on this side of the microphone. And then,
True.
And then now we just chat a little bit about metal detecting, treasure hunting, numismatics, U.S. history. Garrett, DK, you did miss the explanation of the Anaconda plan.
Oh, okay.
So go back and watch that. It actually makes some good sense about why they called it that. Because when I was actually researching it, I'm going, where did they come up with this term? It makes no sense in terms of U.S. history type of thing.
Yeah.
Where they came up with that. So pretty interesting stuff there.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yep. So who's been out detecting?
Gosh, I wish I could have taken advantage of the weather yesterday. I haven't.
Yeah, the weather was beautiful yesterday.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Did you get out, Cindy?
I got out once this week. I went to an old site I have. I found a little compact case, and it has a biplane on it.
Oh, that's cool.
It's pretty sweet.
Oh, wow.
With a biplane on. That's really cool, man.
Did you get any research done on it?
Oh, wait.
Oh, nice.
What's that? One ring to rule them all?
Oh, no. Sorry. I was looking for something. I forgot I was still live on here.
We thought you got a new ring.
Yeah,
live.
I've had that. Sorry. That's my bad.
Don't stand up if you don't even know you're live. Don't stand up, please.
I have pants on. Don't worry.
Okay.
It's kind of fun when you find something like that, because you try, there was no makers, no like Revlon or anything. It's an older one. The biplane wings are super long, so I know it's one of the earlier biplanes. And then you start reading about, well, when did the Wright brothers start and what do they have? And it's just kind of fun to find stuff like that. And then if you didn't really like history in school, then all of a sudden you start learning about it when you find all these little things. You get all these little mini lessons, and then you want to figure it all out and you want to know about it. Makes it really fun.
Yep. Yes, and speaking of really good weather, Ken and I actually made it out yesterday, up into a beautiful area, beautiful area, that had a lot of iron. A lot of iron.
It was like going.
Yeah, it was insane.
It was really
so
crazy.
we know we're in the right
good,
spot
because people were there.
Yeah,
that's right. Oh,
yeah, definitely the right spot.
They just blow the hell out of all their iron goods, man. Stoves, everything, just blow it to pieces, because there's little pieces everywhere. Deep. So
fire.
But it was cool. Tony found a pretty good find.
Yeah, got a video coming out tomorrow. I stayed up last night till 11 just working on the video. So that comes out tomorrow, I think around noon-ish. So it was a fun day. Obviously, always fun to get out. And when you have good weather, especially up in where we were previously, Ken and a couple other friends of ours have dug in this in general area itself. But talk about windy and cold. And yesterday it was like 55, no wind, no clouds. It was absolutely beautiful. So we had a great time. Yeah, for sure. It was a great time. Had a blast. Ken found some good stuff. He's making, you're gonna do some videos for XP, working on that.
Yeah, working on that. I found I was able to develop a pretty good program for getting through that iron. And
you did well.
Kind of looked around for some videos on iron programs. There's not a lot out there for XP, so I'm going to go ahead and create one about this new program I came up with. I think I'm going to call it the X-ray program or something, because it really did cut through and show me those moments that I had to just go dig and not get so fooled and overwhelmed by all the iron, for sure. Metal Detecting on the Spectrum said, just made a video. It makes videos every day. Yeah. Hey man, continue to do that. You put out some good videos over there on your channel, hitting those beaches. So yeah, keep that up, man. Keep up the good work.
I did find
what you got, Garrett?
I found this a couple weeks ago. It's I sent you guys a picture of it. It's a model of 1840 light artillery saber hilt or knob thing, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, like the handle. There's a broken where the part would come up and your hand would be here. This is the pommel. That's the word I'm looking for.
Pommel. Yeah.
But cool. The flared design is supposedly only the model 1840 light artillery. But I found it at a house site. Was long gone. It's just a bean field now, where apparently the quartermaster sergeant of the 2nd Kansas Cavalry lived there. But I don't know what a light artillery sword would be doing.
Yeah.
But what I read that they were only like 2.5 inches shorter than the cavalry saber. They're still curved and everything. So knowing early war troops in Kansas, they probably just gave them whatever the heck was in Fort Leavenworth and just old stock surplus. But
is it embossed on the bottom?
No, I wish it was. It's not. I still got to clean it a little bit. But yeah, I wish it had initials or anything, because even if it had like one letter of the guy's name, it'd be conclusive. But who knows?
Yeah. Wow.
So that's
awesome, man. Great.
Where's the rest of it?
Yeah.
Zach and I were looking, and we didn't find it, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Cool.
Teresa wants to know if I tried the Techno program. Absolutely. Yep. That's definitely programmed in there. I tried that out there. Yeah. It didn't do as well as what I was able to. It's a variation of that. I fine-tuned it down for the soil I was in, the amount of iron. It's just the amount of iron was just ridiculous, but that is a good program. Techno is really good.
Yeah.
Tell us what you know about the Vortex.
Oh, it's shipping.
Well, it's shipping for sure.
Are you trying it? Have you tried it? Did they send you one?
No, they haven't sent me one.
Nope. No, we did not get one. No. We gave one away over on Rolex Radio podcast on last Thursday, but
sorry,
they did not send us one to test out or anything like that. Love to. Kind of getting mixed reviews, honestly. You know, Ken and I are pretty heavy on social media looking at the metal detecting community, but kind of getting mixed reviews. You know, there's a lot of people, and I won't say it's evenly divided. It's mixed reviews, but a lot of people are saying it's very good. You're going to be surprised when you get out with it, and then there's the minimum side of people saying, oh, you know, it doesn't have this, it should have this, it can't do this, and you know those Karens that are out there already. So,
well, you get used to a few things you like on your detector, and then if it doesn't have it, you're like, oh, you know.
Right. Tell you what, because they're only shipping the VX9 right now, which is their top of the line model. They're not shipping the VX7 or VX5. There's a few things that Steve Moore told us about that I really thought was cool about the machine. One is that it's upgradable. Not updated. Yes. It is updatable through USB connection. And matter of fact, he kind of gave us a scoop that they've got a new update coming out here really soon to address some of the concerns that some people in the community have had. They're another one that's going to listen to their customers and do an upgrade as they think they see fit that they need it, an update. But upgradable means if you buy the VX5 and then think, you know what, I should have bought a VX7. You don't have to go buy another machine. You can upgrade your model from a VX5 to a VX7 to a VX9 just through the computer downloading new software and having it upgrade. So I thought that was really cool. Sometimes you do that, like, I'll get the VX5. I'm just kind of getting started, blah, blah, blah. And then like, oh man, I should have got the VX9. Well, you pay some money, to get online to Garrett, and they give you the upgradable software for your machine. Machines, I don't think, are labeled with model numbers and stuff. I think they have the model number on the serial number on a sticker, but that's about it. All the programming can be changed over the internet, which is really cool. And the other thing was that the multi-dimensional. So they have multi-dimensional, multi-frequency. So multi-dimensional is going to give you that visual graphical interface that kind of shows you a combination of how it's comparing the ground mineralization with the coin size, with the coin composition. And it's going to kind of give you a bunch of that information. It's going to show you like junk iron on the bottom, kind of more iron on the top, and then a sweet spot kind of in the middle. So, you know, it's not going to be like the Manticore, but it's going to have that same type of similar technology that gives you, just as a detectorist, it gives you another tool to use, more information to use. Yeah, I thought that's really cool. Haven't used it, so I haven't checked it out, but
you know, and what I was thinking about was, you know, those naysayers and things like that are talking about, oh, it doesn't have this and doesn't have that. I mean, you're still talking about a mid-level type of detector. You're not shelling out $1,000 for this detector, you know. So you have to understand that what you're getting when you're buying it. You know, you can't compare it to a Deus, because it's not a Deus. It's different technology, and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, there's all these machines that you wish that you had this in it and all that kind of stuff, but you know going in exactly what you're getting.
It sounds pretty nice. You can upgrade your machine. When I had my first detector, then I bought a second one, and from the same company, and I thought, well, I can just put all my coils on this new detector. Ha ha ha! Not.
Right.
So, and I guess I was just pretty naive at that point, but you know.
Yeah,
we all were. Yep.
10 years into the hobby.
Yeah, same here.
I mean, we're all benefiting, right? Competition in the metal detecting market with manufacturers. You know, Nocta came into the market and just absolutely rocked the market, like completely rocked it with the Simplex. All the other manufacturers like, damn, what are we going to do? And then the Equinox, when the Equinox came out, man, everyone was like, holy crap, you know, multi-frequency. And, you know, that rocked the market again. And it just made everyone kind of step up and try to make a better machine.
Ken.
Yes.
What did you find with your Simplex?
I found a little tiny gold coin. Little tiny $1 gold coin with my Simplex.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
That's why I don't
that whole day
out stuff, because I want one of those so bad.
That whole day was just a fluke, man. It was just a fluke. I don't know, man. It still blows me away. When I think about the day, it blows me away. Had a friend in town, Garrett. Zach was in town.
Yep. Oh yeah.
It was my third day of grueling metal detecting. I'd been out at Julesburg helping the Julesburg archaeological team. So I was sun up, sundown detecting 3 days straight. And then Zach comes to town and we pull him out.
Beth is awesome letting us.
Yeah, gave us a place to go and get on her permission.
Thanks, Beth.
And I get out there and I was just exhausted, and got towards the end of the day, and I was using my Technetics T2, and I was just tired. You know, I went and put it away, got some water, taking a breath. I was thinking about ending it for the day. And then I saw my Simplex. I was using that as a backup machine. And I saw it sitting there, and I'm like, man, I haven't put too many hours on that thing. I'm going to go ahead and get that out. I'm just going to finish the day. I'm just going to swing. I'm going to dig every target, because I hadn't learned it yet. And it was like the third target, man, with that thing. And I was like, well, 18, what's that telling me? I dig it up, and then absolute crazy.
So
awesome. But it goes back to what we were talking about before with the beginner detectorists. You know, if you have to learn what the machine is trying to tell you, get out there, run it wide open, learn what it's telling you, dig it all, and make those mental files, and then you're going to learn.
But you think about it, right? It's like Man, I probably wouldn't have gone had
Right.
Zach not come to town. I would have been exhausted. I wouldn't have gone that day. 2, why did I grab that simplex? Why did I grab the simplex and say I'm going to keep going? Because I was pretty much done. I was just going to call my wife and hang out and sit down and have some water. And what made me grab that simplex and pull it out? And then what made me decide I was going to dig that signal? You know what I mean? Just the fact that I was going to just dig everything just to learn the machine. It's not like I was like, oh, that's a good target. I'm a Mr. metal detectorist professional. I'm going to dig that. I sniff that one right out. No, it was pure fluke, man.
I think, Garrett, you had that same idea or same kind of situation the last time we were
Yeah.
your gold coin that you found, because it was in an area that had been pounded, and I think
we had parked there for several trips there. We had parked right there, and we had all walked, turned on the detectors and walked there. And then it was like, how on God's green earth did anybody miss this?
Right. Anybody.
Mm-hmm.
So here's another comment on that day that I found mine. Beth just said why, and we dug birdshot all around it. She's absolutely right. Pistol balls and birdshot all around it. Matter of fact, I never released a video on my gold coin find because Zach released it on his channel, right? But I was going and looking over some old footage of the footage I took that day, thinking that I will probably now release a video about that day. And when I looked at my footage of me and what I found, do you know I videotaped myself finding 2 or 3 pistol balls in that area?
That spot. You uncovered it is what you did.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And but I'd moved on from that area, and then later in the day came back to that area. And then when I got done, I was out of it. I could no longer do anything. And Zach's like, you mind if I kind of dig around here? And I'm like, no. And he found 3 pistol balls in a row right after.
All the same signal too, right?
All the same signal. They were all 12s on his Equinox 600.
Yep. That's all the gold dollars have been solid 12s. It doesn't even move.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
And Tony,
thank you, Beth,
have a
for putting me on
gold
that property, man.
Yeah,
Tony's
I got
wasn't
lucky.
no 12 signal though.
No. What's funny is I go back. I've gone back and watched my footage that I've collected on that too, and it was it was early afternoon. So I mean, we had dug quite a few signals and stuff like that. And the area that we were in, it was all bullets and buttons. You're all digging midtones, bullets and buttons, and it got a tone. It sounded just like a bullet or a button. And what's so funny is I remember distinctively thinking, okay, I'm trying to get some footage for a video. We're in a great spot. I'm going to go over here. I'm going to post up my camera and just show me digging. I can incorporate it somehow into the video. And I go watching this video again, and knowing what I pulled out of it, I can't believe the way that I went digging this hole, because I'm down on my knees with my shovel, like digging through as hard as I can, flipping stuff out. Oh, it's still in the hole, jamming my shovel in there. Obviously, if it wasn't lead, I mean, I thought it was lead, and I'm just like, oh, I'll just get another bullet, which I love digging, by the way. But yeah, threw it out, popped it out, and then I'm looking, I'm outside of the hole, hit the pinpointer over the top. As I'm moving the pinpointer over the dirt, all of a sudden, just that little small glimmer comes through there, and I absolutely freak out. I didn't even know what to do. I just yelled. And I remember seeing and hearing Garrett and Zach like coming through like a train.
Oh, dude, I was like a bear going for a kill through the woods there.
Through the trees, through the bushes. His shovel goes flying, his detector goes, his headphones are off, his bag's flying everywhere as they're just all just like hoofing it towards me. Yeah.
Awesome.
It was pretty funny. But again, not what I expected it. I mean, I'm going to dig those targets anyways, because it was a decent, strong signal, obviously. And in fact, on the video, I say I'm running it over there, and I think it was like a 55 signal. And I have the VDI on the camera. I'm like, ding, ding, ding. I said, 55 sounds good enough to dig. That's exactly what I said. And I go put up the camera, and I dig it like a fool. And all of a sudden, that thing just popped out. So
awesome.
I think Il Digger had said, previously, even flukes, they're just meant to be. It was just meant to be. That's all that it was. Because how many years?
Yeah, nice.
How many times have people been around all these spots that we have found these items? over it, and can, right, inches and angles.
Inches and angles.
Soil condition, time of day, where the moon is, if you're on your left foot or your right foot,
Yeah. I'm telling you, way too superstitious with all that. I can't chew gum and metal detector at the same time because I'll never find anything, and it's still to this day the same way. 10 years of it.
That's hilarious.
Well, I'm still waiting to find my gold coin, and I've been everywhere I can think of to try and find one where there should be one. So
you got to come out to Kansas,
and you will, Cindy. You
Yeah.
will. You just got to get on, places that have them, and you'll find it. You're one of the best metal detectorists I've ever been around.
Agreed.
100%. So
yeah.
Well, thank you. I'm really not that. I just dig all kinds of weird stuff.
We all think you are. So you do the work, man.
It beeps. I dig it.
Right.
That's good.
Right.
That's good.
I just try and get to places where there's, could be one. So
right. That's the first step. I mean, you can't find it if you're not in the right area. Then it's down to you after that.
But I found some really other, great other coins. I mean,
yeah. Found a Roman coin in Denver, Colorado.
In Colorado.
That's what I mean. If anybody can find a Roman coin in Denver, Colorado, it's Cindy.
Well, and at a club hunt, I found a French liard from 1551 or something.
Holy crap.
And 30 other people had been over it. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I dug it. It was a tiny signal, and I thought, well, that might be a little tiny toe ring gold. And no, it was a kind of a crappy silver French liard. And I thought, all these friends of mine go across the ocean to find all this stuff, and here I'm finding it right here.
Yeah.
But then I went across the ocean too because I still want to find that gold coin. But yeah, I found a first year large cent.
You found that up in the mountains, right? At when they were doing.
No. I found it back in New Hampshire with the stealth diggers.
Oh gosh, that's right. Yeah.
So they thought it was probably a counterfeit, but I talked to some people that are, coin dealers and collectors, and one guy told me, no, this is absolutely a first year large cent with the flowing hair, 1793, and.
Wow. That's awesome.
I can barely tell what it is. It's so freaking beat up, but it's, it has all the little pieces and parts. I can see the outline of her flowing hair, and
wow,
it's pretty amazing. And so I've had some pretty good coin finds. I just can't get the gold.
You will. And I was going to say, I think, finding gold in the United States is actually pretty cool, but going over to England, if you found like an old gold, like a stater or something like that, would just absolutely blow me away.
I see Nick, just a little. Yeah,
Ken and I, the last time Ken and I were in England together, one of the other detectorists found a stater, and it would just it blew my mind. I can't even wrap my head around it. It's not. Yes, it's minted, but it's hammered. I mean, it's like
2,000-year-old gold.
Oh my God. Yeah. Right.
Mm-hmm,
I mean, just blow your mind.
I saw 2,000-year-old silver. It was, that was pretty cool too. Right. Silver Roman coins, denarius, it's like, okay, that's
if you're awesome. In England, you see any glint of gold coming through the dirt, you're just going to have a heart attack, man. Yeah. Because it can be anything,
Yeah. Right.
Mm-hmm.
That it can be.
Garrett, have you been to England?
No, I've never been out of the country ever.
Get a passport. Let's go.
I know. Golly, we got to do it.
Let's go.
It's fun.
Yeah,
it looks fun.
Because even the trash you dig is so different.
Right.
It's even modern trash is different. So you're like, oh, it's not Bud Light anymore. It's something different.
Right. Yeah. So I guess everything's a little exciting then.
It's just different. And then, and they take you to sites that aren't that old, and you're finding all the 1700 stuff, and you're like, yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
But then all of a sudden you get really spoiled, and you're like, oh, I really kind of rather have 1600s and back. And then
it does ruin you.
1500s and back.
Right.
And even that they're calling modern, over there.
That's crazy.
Fun. Well, the weather's still going to be good around here for a little bit, isn't it? We might have a touch of snow, but
Yeah, I think over here in Kansas, we're in the 40s and 50s for the next 10 days, maybe.
yeah, we're still going to have some good weather here, not frozen out.
We'll be digging for a little bit. Yeah, it's still, I mean, there's some areas that aren't frozen, especially with the warm weather coming out, it really does unthaw things. So we're not completely putting everything away yet. You got to pick and choose.
We should get together, Cindy. I'll be off all next week. So probably from Tuesday on, I'll be off. So maybe we can get together and go out.
Yeah.
We'll make something happen here for sure.
Yep.
We'll head east. Somebody will head west.
Yeah. We'll meet. Oh, well, let's go to my
Garrett will be off. Don't you have vacation from school?
Yeah, I do, starting like the 19th.
Let's go to my great grandfather's King family property.
Oh yeah,
there we go.
Grandfather's homestead property that I've never dug.
Does your family still own it?
Yeah, we still do. Did I ever tell you that story, Garrett? Did I ever tell you that story?
You did years ago, but I didn't know if you guys actually still owned it.
I didn't either. I found it, kind of located it, and kind of was like, okay, because some distant family members, third cousins and stuff, still live in the town. One of them's a pastor at a local church and stuff. And through talking with them, they said the foundation is still there. It's right behind the church where my son preaches. And so I was like, all right. So I was able to find it. And then I was able to actually find the property boundaries and look up the title on the assessor's page. And it still had my great grandfather and grandmother's name as the owners. They've been dead for quite a long time, right? But it said, when I looked deeper into the report, it said, who's paying the taxes is this cousin of mine in California that I talk to all the time on the internet. We send messages to each other, and I had no idea. Now, her mother is where my great grandfather passed away at her mother's house. He ended up coming to California and passed away at their house. So they just took over paying the taxes on it. And so I messaged her. I go, I see that your mom is paying the taxes on this King property. And she goes, oh yeah. We ever since you passed away, we've been paying on it. And I said, well, do you think I could get permission to go detect it? She goes, it's just as much your property as it is mine. She goes, probably more so. And then she goes, yeah, absolutely. So it's like 8 acres. It's got the foundation on it. I don't know everything they did there as far as how much farming they did. There's an old picture of my great grandfather next to this like steam powered combine. It's pretty crazy, but yeah, shoot, we should definitely do it. It's down
road trip,
western, a little southwestern Kansas, out by Manhattan, kind of out in that area.
That would not be. That's not southwest. That's north. Yeah.
Is it?
Manhattan's northeast central. Yeah, because I live 20 minutes from Manhattan.
Yeah, I was gonna say that if it's in Manhattan, that's close to Garrett.
Yeah, I'm pretty much there already.
What am I thinking about here? Hold on.
Well, you pretty much out of his. Yeah, you can literally just pull up in front of my house, and I'll throw the truck in reverse, and there we are. We'll be there.
Eskridge, near Eskridge.
Yeah, that's only like 45 minutes. That's 45 minutes from me.
That's I guess it is. I guess it
south
is
of Topeka,
east.
Yeah.
Oh wow, it is east. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, kind of out that way. Well, there we go. Let's do it.
All right. Road trip. I can't get my trailer out though. It's too all the snow that we got out at the ranch now is melting, and it is a mud pit like no other. So my trailer's stuck until the spring. I can't get it out. So sweet. But
we'll figure something out. I definitely want to get out there and detect that, family property for sure. I told her, I said, you ever get sick of paying those taxes, you
let me know.
You give me a call. I'd be, keeping it in the King family, I'd be happy to take that over for you.
There you go. We'll go hunt this crap out of it, and then you can build like a nice little Kansas home for you. Like, come visit.
Yeah, a little shack. Do they do hunting out there? Can I build a little hunting cabin?
Yeah, you could probably lease that. You could become a millionaire just leasing it for hunting.
Okay. Now you're talking my language there.
There you go. Yeah.
Well, it looks like we have some other invites too, or places.
I know,
to
my
dig.
Yeah,
gosh.
it looks like we go all over the U.S. right now.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
man.
505
Beth
wants
wants
us
us
to
to
come
go.
south.
Yeah, she's been looking at the trails down there, and we went on a little trip before, Beth and I, down to Prescott, Arizona, to look for
Yeah.
gold. That
Oh,
was really fun.
nice.
It was interesting, just doing a little detecting in the bottom of a little creek, and I was digging up all these bullets and lead pieces and pieces of cans and stuff, and all the places the thing was kind of like riffles with the rock through there, and I was just like, oh, this has got to be a little gold nugget, and it'd be another little lead shot,
Bird shot. Yeah.
Ah,
and I'd be like, but they're all landing right here, so that's right where the gold should be, and so Beth took me to a really cool, fun place, and we just looked and looked for gold there, and she had found gold there in the past, so she was actually paying for her rent for her apartment on the gold she'd find down there in the river.
Wow.
Wow, that's so cool.
I think
man.
that's the
really
right
cool.
story, isn't it, Beth? Or
That's really
wherever
cool.
yeah,
That's
she was
crazy.
So thanks for taking me there, Beth. That was really fun.
Well, if you guys want to go another trip, I got some other family property up near Tim Ildigger. We could go up and see him and have him do some groundwork for us to get us out on another king property that I found out there. That's another one there's only 2 properties I really, actually there's 3 I really want to get to. One in Missouri, one in Kansas, and one in Chicago, one in the Chicago area. But
so this guy right here, he's a good guy to know. Apparently, he's got the hookups.
Where at in Missouri, Ken? If you don't mind sharing.
It's called that place.
It's to the west,
Mhm.
To the
west of the river.
It's kind
To
of
the west
on
of the
off
river.
the highway.
Eastern
Lynn-
Kansas somewhere.
You take
Lynn
the
Creek
highway.
area. You familiar with Lynn Creek?
I feel like that's over by Springfield. I don't know. Let me.
Springfield,
Yeah, it is
right?
by Springfield. Yeah.
Oh
Over
gosh,
Over
yeah.
by Springfield.
That's
That's a good spot.
Is it by the
not really.
Ozarks?
That whole area has been pounded by detectors.
Pounded?
That's it.
Southeast Kansas and the Springfield area, I won't even go. But if you got like the hookup spot,
private property though, yeah.
Private property for sure, yeah. But any public spot or even some of the private spots.
Yeah.
But historically, Garrett, why are they pounding that area?
Probably Fort Scott. Just the Civil War stuff with Springfield, or all the Jesse James lore, and just a lot of people in that area that got interested in the parks. The parks used to produce. Like I know some of the parks down there, even 10 years ago, people were finding silver dollars out of the parks in some of these small towns down there. But then word got out, and word kept getting out, and it's still continuing to get out, and yeah.
Well, when I looked up the plot of where my ancestors owned land, there's still a smokestack out there.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, there's still a chimney in the middle of this farmer's field, just sitting there, standing up straight. I went to Google Earth and was able to see it and be like, all right, Street View, Google Street View. I was like, oh,
that's cool.
Yeah.
That's
right
incredible.
Oh, Google's our friend for sure on maps.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Very cool.
You guys ready to call it a night?
Yeah.
Yep.
9
Okay.
o'clock. I got to go teach a bunch of teenagers tomorrow.
All right.
Oh, good
All
luck
right.
with that.
I
I gotta go feed some chickens tomorrow.
I guess technically I'm doing the same thing.
There you go. All right. I appreciate the 3 of you guys coming on, helping me out tonight. Hopefully you enjoyed yourself.
Anytime.
Appreciate all the support from the live chat out there too, as well, guys. If you want to find me on social media, 5280 Adventures everywhere. Send me some messages, leave me some comments, and appreciate all the support, guys. Of course, and as well, DK and I, we do Relics Radio every Thursday night. Nice little Meloticton podcast. Should have a good, decent show coming up this Thursday for you guys. So make sure you tune in for that. Anything else I'm missing there, y'all?
I'm not going to be here next week, so somebody else can take my spot.
All right.
Cool.
Yep. So see, she wins and then she leaves. So that way she can never be. She's always the champion for the rest of her life. She's never been defeated after she won the championship.
Christmas party to go to.
Nice.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how next Sunday goes. We'll see.
Because Eureka Club has their Christmas party next weekend.
Eureka.
That's right. So, all right,
Okay.
we'll take
All
off
right.
here.
Thanks, guys. Yep.
We should all support.
Thanks, guys.
Have a
Thanks,
good
Tony.
week, everybody.
See ya.
Good seeing
You're
everyone in the
welcome.
chat.
I
Okay.
can, guys. Bye, Garrett.
Bye-bye, guys.
Bye, guys.